Good morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Simply Brilliant. I am Phil Brilliant, and I got something going on with my eye here. I'm not sure what it is. We'll figure that out when I have some time, but I think I got a sty building in my eye once again, and not real happy about it. But at this very moment, based upon my current schedule, not much I can do about it except for keep putting some drops in my eyes, a little ice, and maybe I'll take some ibuprofen as we go forward. But today is Tuesday. It is Cinco de Mayo. It is May 5th. And actually, today I get to deliver food for dinner at the Interfaith Hospitality House, Interfaith Family Services House over in Lexington, something our synagogue still participates in. And I always try to do at least my share since I don't do as much coordination as I used to. I will provide a meal for the family of four today, who is displaced and staying in the house. So looking forward to that this afternoon. Hopefully, get an opportunity to say hi. But I got a fun-filled day of work and just a lot of stuff. So I'm going to jump right in. I want to hit three topics today because I think we live in a world of misinformation and misconception. And I'm not even talking about the national, international level as gas hits $4.59 as I drive by Wawa this morning. Um, and I don't want to get into it, but I'd like you all to do a little bit of research because it bothers me because fuel prices are based upon the futures market and they really shouldn't jump as fast as they jump, just as if they shouldn't come, they will never come down just as fast. Because think about it, the fuel that is in the underground tank that gets pumped into your car was not bought today. It was bought yesterday, but they're pricing it based upon tomorrow because they don't know when they're going to sell it. So if they priced it based upon when they bought it, the price shouldn't go high that fast. Um, that's a discussion for another day when we have a lot of time and you want to talk about macroeconomics, and I don't really want to talk about that today, but it does bother me. With that said, I want to hit three quick topics. First topic, and I think it's really important because I think there's a lot of misinformation going on out there, and it really bothers the crap out of me. Okay. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share some actual news reports from organizations that covered this. So let's first talk about Meridia. This is the downtown redevelopment. And I am showing you an article that is from Toms River Times, and Chris Lundy wrote this article, a really good reporter for Toms River Times. It's Toms River Online, Jersey Shore Online. I apologize. This is August 18th of 2021. This is the proposed Meridia development in 2021 before public input occurred. Before the downtown residents said, whoa, we don't like that. We want to get some involvement. And if you say here, presented to the, this will be to present it to the public on August 19th. There was a couple meetings that occurred. There were open sessions. There were some people who just got together with Dave Roberts, who was the planner at the time. This is 285 units, and this includes 43 affordable housing units. It gives you where they think rents are expected. Again, this is 2019. It talks about how the development, it was ordinarily going to be 20% of the units for a affordable housing or low to moderate income. They negotiated 15%. It also still required the Department of Environmental Protection to give approval, and they wanted more of a natural possible walkway. And this was the other side view of it. Okay. This is 2021. 2021. Now let's go look. This is the shore beat. This is August 8th of 2024 when Daniel Rodrick and the planning board in town, did not follow the law and basically terminated the downtown redevelopment agreement, which has since been overturned by Judge Gertner because it was not done properly. And this is a 6-story mixed use residential. This is not the same as the original plan because it was modified. Look at that. This is not 10 stories. This is not two twin towers. I hate using that term. I apologize to those people who are offended. But I think that's important to say. And I wanted to see if it had it in here. I apologize. I'm looking for the number of units. No, it doesn't. Okay, so it's important. This is the approved plan in downtown Toms River from Meridia. It still can be modified. It still could be adjusted, but it is not 10 stories. It is not this plan. Make it clear. I'm seeing people posting this on social media now. This is old, not approved. This is current and approved for development, but currently on hold. Second thing is, all of a sudden, this is now reefed back up again. This is an article. This is done by Stephanie of Jersey Shore, another fantastic writer for Toms River Times. September 23rd, 2022. This was a proposed, this is the Boatworks property that Daniel Rodrick is now stuck in eminent domain, is going to cost at least $1.8 million to get out of it, plus whatever attorney and legal fees. But this was a plan that had been put together also by Capadaglia to build on the Boatworks building adjacent to Huddy Park. It was River Chateau. It was going to include 225 parking spaces and a parking deck, 12,000 square feet of unconditioned reception area, a rooftop garden. This was going to really enhance the waterfront and waterfront views, but this never saw the light of day. This was not approved. This does not exist. Okay. This will not be happening. So if anybody tries to tell you this is what the plan for the waterfront is, tell them you're lying to me. Stop lying to me. This was not approved. This doesn't exist. It is not going to happen in Toms River. Okay. Thank you. The other thing I want to talk about is this is the ordinance that was approved at the last council meeting that is coming up for a second vote on May 13th, the same day as the budget hearing. Toms River, you should come out for this meeting, May 13th, 6:30. But this is the ordinance, and make it clear, nobody is trying to take the vehicle away from Daniel Rodrick, the mayor of Toms River. Nobody is trying to take vehicles away from anybody who works as an employee in Toms River. What this is doing is it's defining official business. And in that definition, it's basically saying exclusions from official business. Commuting, traveling between an employee's or elected official's residence and their primary place of work with the township vehicle is not official business. Plain and simple. A municipal vehicle may not be used to commute to any non-Toms River Township employment. Why should the residents of Toms River, the taxpayers of Toms River, pay for somebody to drive a Toms River Township vehicle with Toms River Township fuel at $4.59, Toms River Township insurance, Toms River Township maintenance, Toms River Township wear and tear on that vehicle, not only outside of Toms River, unless it's official business, but to their other place of employment. That's ridiculous. Why should I pay for that? The employee working in Irvington, working in Newark, working in Middletown, working in Oceanport should pay for their own transportation. That's all this is doing. Okay. It's making it very clear. It's also saying if you require your vehicle for official business after hours, you may use the vehicle. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, personal errands. I have a good friend who has a state vehicle. If his wife calls him and says, hey, pick up milk on the way home, he goes home, leaves the state vehicle because he's enforcement in the field, picks up his personal vehicle and goes gets milk. He will not go to Wawa to get milk in the state vehicle. It's against the guidelines and laws of the state of New Jersey. And the other thing too, and this already exists. All vehicles that are township vehicles need to be identified as such. Daniel Rodrick removed the logos from the doors because he didn't want to be seen driving to North Jersey in a Toms River Township vehicle. Unless it's an undercover vehicle, that vehicle should be marked. It has municipal plates. It should have logos on both sides. It is what it is. This is not about taking the vehicle away from Daniel Rodrick or taking a vehicle away from Councilman Coleman, who has a vehicle for official business. It is about official business, using that vehicle for official business, and that's it. I have a company vehicle. Transparency. I have a company vehicle. I use it for company business. I do marketing. I do networking. I go to meetings. I drive that vehicle all the time. But I pay tax on the compensation every year for what the value that I'm using that vehicle for. Part of, what I'm given as the owner, but I'm also always working. And I also am on call 24 hours a day for any spills, discharges to the environment. And that is what I do. But I'm not working a separate job during the day. I'm on the job during the day. And on the job's a story for another day. The last part I want to touch upon, and by the way, I'm also not using taxpayer dollars. I'm using a vehicle that is owned by the company, and the company is a profitable organization. It is not a tax-based funded organization. The last part, and I want this to be clear, and I probably should stay away from it because I am a Toms River Municipal Utilities Authority Commissioner. I sit on the MUA. I get health benefits from the MUA. My benefits are $14,400 a year in total. They take out something from my paycheck every quarter. Because remember, I get $2,000 in a stipend, which I am currently donating to charity. I said that last year, and I'll continue to do it this year. With that said, there is a difference between a ratepayer of the Toms River MUA and a taxpayer to the residents and property owners of Toms River. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible, even though I think my eye is closing as we're talking right now. Maybe it's stress related. But let's look at the difference. A taxpayer pays property taxes to the township. Those funds support the general government, police, roads, and administration, and that obligation is tied to property ownership, not to service usage. A Toms River ratepayer, however, pays a user fee using the service to a separate legal entity, the Toms River MUA, as regulated under NJSA 40:14B-1. Those fees are not taxes. They're charges for sewer services, and they're legally restricted to funding that utility system. Now, in Toms River, we do no longer process waste. We send it to the Ocean County Utilities Authority. They charge the Toms River MUA a rate, which the Toms River MUA then charges to the ratepayers of those using that service in Toms River Township and any other entities that we may service their lines in based upon a shared service agreement. The difference matters. Utility rates are usage based. A ratepayer can reduce their costs by reducing their number of fixtures in their house, system demand. That's how they can do it. Property taxes don't work that way. They're based upon an assessed value and a tax rate. Unless you get rid of pieces of your property, your taxes will not go down, regardless of how little you use your property or not. You pay taxes on that property. When it comes to Toms River MUA, and we're not a consumption-based rate, Okay, we're a user-based rate. You pay based upon the fixtures in the property, your house, your business. That's the difference. Fundamental distinction. Taxes are fixed and assessment driven. Rates are variable, usage and fixture driven. They're not interchangeable and they should not be treated that way. So as we continue to hear this argument and we continue to hear people saying user rates, taxes, all the same, they're distinctly different and should not be considered the same. Please understand that. If you don't understand that, please ask me. simplybrilliant.tomsriver@gmail.com. I'll be back on Thursday morning for another edition of my podcast. But remember, listen to me Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock on Beach Radio. You can also find current and past episodes of Simply Brilliant on Beach Radio on Simply Brilliant on Facebook or beachradio.com. Thank you very much for joining me today. Have a fantastic day.